Overview is written in two ways depending upon the graph. The graph can be either static or dynamic. Now we will learn to write the overview for static graph, and in next video I will teach you how to write the overview for dynamic graph. At first, let me tell you what static graph actually mean. Static graph are those graph which contain only one time period. Yes, static graph are those graph where only one time period is given. Let us see the example of static graph to become more clear. This is the static graph, and let me tell you why this graph is called static graph. In this graph, there are three age groups, but no time period is mentioned. We understand that all the data comes from the same time period, so this graph is known as static graph. This graph is also a static graph because in this graph only one time period is mentioned, that is 2019. We understand that all time data comes from 2019. That's why this graph is also a static graph. This graph is also a static graph. Again, there are two different graphs but no time period is mentioned, so these are two static graphs. Ways to write overview of static graph. We have to see what are the lowest and highest values. Second, what are the most noticeable differences. Third, any similarities, and fourth, any differences. In the graph, we have to see these things to write an overview. And the most important note, don't mention numbers or data while writing overview. We should not mention numbers or any kind of data while writing overview. Now, let's practice to write overview. Here I have inserted one picture. You can have a look. As I already said, to write static overview, we have to see the main features like smallest or biggest figures and so on. So let us look the main features and then we will write overview. Listing main features makes overview easy. First of all, we can see in the first pie chart, the biggest slice of the pie is for married men. Here, married men is the highest and the smallest slice belongs to widowers, and the widowers are the smallest. In the second pie chart, the biggest slice belongs to married woman and the smallest slice belongs to divorced woman. In this way, we list the main features to make our overview easy. Now, we have written all the main features and we are ready to write overview. Let's write overview. Our overview looks like this. To summarize, married people formed a vast majority of the Iranian population above the age of 10 in the years 2016. Furthermore, widowers had the smallest population among men, while divorces were the tiniest minority among women. Let's take one more example so we can be more clear. Here I have inserted one feature. Have a look. First of all, let us see the main features to make our overview easy. Here from the graph, what we can see is first, the three regions of the Philippines, Northern Mindanao, Sorsogon and Bicol region had produced large quantities of pineapple than others. Our overview looks like this. In short, from January to March 2021, production of pineapples in northern Mindanao, Sorsogon and Bicol region far outstripped the production in other regions of the Philippines. It is our overview.